Hello and welcome to another battle replay video by Lord Snake. Today I was playing as the Empire and my opponent was the Greenskins. I brought Carl on the back of Deathclaw, a Witch Hunter, 4 units of Halberdiers, 2 units of Crossbowmen, 3 units of Demigryph Knights with Halberds, 1 unit of Mortars, while my opponent brought Azag the Slaughterer on the back of his Wyvern Skullmuncha. He brought a Goblin Big Boss on the back of a Riding Spider. He brought 3 units of Goblin Rock Lobbers, 2 units of Night Goblin Archers, and 1 unit of the Night Goblin Archer unit of Renown. He brought 4 Squig Herds, and 2 units of Black Orks, and 1 unit of the Black Ork unit of Renown, the Crimson Killets. They look totally badass with their dual axes. So right away you can see my mortars started taking some shots at my opponent from afar. And my opponent moved his rock lobbers up and started attacking me from afar as well. So basically I was just positioning my Demigryph Knights off to the sides of the battle, as you can see. I moved them up here, and I moved this group off to the side up to here. And I basically just wanted to come around from behind and get a rear charge in. That was the plan anyway. So at this point I was just trying to get a good angle with Karl Franz to come in and ambush Azag the Slaughterer. He moved Azag up to cast a spell on Karl Franz, and so I positioned my Witch Hunter over here so that I could accuse him. And right here you can see the main charge. As you can see, the Squig Herds kind of just decimate the front lines. Statesmen are definitely in no means powerful. And on top of that, they got outnumbered really easily. Karl Franz caught up to Azag, who tried to flee the scene. And as you can see with that Accuse and Karl Franz together, Azag the Slaughterer is kind of just getting wrecked. Meanwhile, speaking of wrecked, my ground forces are kind of decimated already. As you can see, the green tide, or should I say red tide, considering their armor pattern, kind of just swarmed in and absolutely destroyed my men. Over here you can see Azag died from that Accuse, and meanwhile my Demigryph Knights finally managed to come in from behind and attack their Night Goblin Archers. I decided that was a better target at the moment because it would be a little bit squishier, and considering my state troops have already pretty much lost and ran away. Unfortunately, I forgot about Karl Franz over here, and he kind of got stuck into battle. So to try to save him, as you can see, I brought a unit of Demigryph Knights in from behind, and I completely ignored this unit of Night Goblin Archers in order to back Karl up. Unfortunately, as you can see, Karl at this point started to rout because of how much damage he had taken. And I got another unit of Demigryph Knights that did go and chase down some of those Night Goblin Archers. We were still taking some heavy fire from those rock lobbers since I decided not to get those just yet. Black Orks might be fierce, but against Demigryphs they are still weak. Especially when you have your guys equipped with halberds, since they shred through armor then. And as you can see, those rock lobbers did start doing some misplaced shots on my enemy's army, actually. Because of this kind of helped in giving me the upper hand. And meanwhile, you can see Karl Franz is returning from above. This allowed my units to get a morale bonus, and on top of that, they got an armor bonus. At this point, all of the orcs started to rout, and then they shattered. There's where they all shatter. At this point, I started to call off my Demigryphs from them. And you can see over here, I did still have my Witch Hunter in the woods taking some shots. So I started to chase down some of the orcs with the Demigryph Knights, but then I noticed that the rock lobbers were still shooting at me, so I tried to call them over towards the rock lobbers, but their units started to bog me down, and on top of that, this unit of Night Goblin archers, which is invisible to me when I'm playing, they were hidden, so I didn't quite see them, and they started shooting at Carl, which could have been deadly if they brought him down, which they got him really close, as you can see. Only 70, or now 62 HP. But luckily, Deathclaw is a super beast, and just completely eradicates them pretty much. Meanwhile, my Demigryph Knights are still trying to chase his units down, but with that invisibility, it made it quite a pain in the ass to target his Night Goblin archers here. But I finally was able to chase him down, and you can see a few more of the sneaky gits over here in this forest over here. There's another good volley from the rock lobbers onto my Demigryphs. You can see a squig herd coming in from across the valley here, and they will tackle my Demigryph Knights, and normally this would suck, as you remember from the beginning of the video when they attacked my state troops. They kind of wrecked, but as you can see against Demigryph Knights, not so much.
Kill everything!
Demigryph Knights are very powerful. And over here you can see Carl is still dealing with these trebuchets, or these rock lobbers, sorry. They're not quite as sophisticated as a trebuchet or even a catapult. Such a majestic beastie covered in blood. And as you can see, I ended up getting a Pyrrhic victory after all of that. The funny thing about this battle was that I brought less troops to the field and lost more. Ultimately, it was a very Pyrrhic victory on my part, but I did still manage to win since the orcs are lacking in morale. But a very GG to my opponent, Penasar. And thank you all for watching very much. I hope you enjoyed this battle replay video. I hope to put out another video soon. And I hope you all have a great night.